The Oak Oscar Humboldt GMT might look familiar if you've been following the Chicago-based brand over the last few years. The Humboldt was originally a 3-hand tool watch with a 12-hour bezel. Oak Oscar evolved the Humboldt into what we see here, a fully-fledged GMT using the latest Sellita SW330 movement. Everything that was great about the Humboldt 3-hander is still here, but there's more to unpack than just an extra hand. Let's jump in. Oak Oscar creates their watches with a variety of wrist sizes in mind, and the Humboldt GMT is no exception. The Humboldt GMT comes in at 39.5mm wide, with the bezel overhanging slightly at 40mm. A lug-to-lug of 46.8mm and a wrist-to-crystal of 11mm give the watch proper tool watch dimensions. The thin bezel gives way to a large sandwich dial. This allows the bold numerals and markers room to breathe. Oak Oscar knows how to create a case that sings on the wrist. The lugs have a gentle turn down that dips just below the flat case back. This allows the watch to feel like it is sinking into your wrist rather than trying to jump off it. Their bracelets also feature fully articulating links, which further add to the comfort of the Humboldt GMT. There is another surprise with the bracelet. Oak Oscar recently added a quick micro-adjust system to the clasp. The functionality is similar to a glide lock, where you pull the bracelet out from the clasp to disengage the locking mechanism. There are multiple positions for the bracelet to snap into. Once you have the right fit, pinch the bracelet against the clasp and it locks back in. This is a downright foolproof way to do a secure quick adjust system that doesn't add any additional bulk to the clasp. As I mentioned before, the dial of the Humboldt GMT is of the sandwich variety and is one of Oak Oscar's calling cards. One of the main benefits of using a sandwich dial, aside from great legibility, is an extremely bright lume application. This watch looks awesome when the lume is glowing. The proprietary font Oak Oscar uses for the numerals works perfectly with the sandwich dial. This is the first Oak Oscar watch with a black dial, and it is something I hope they continue to do more of in future watches. Not only does it take full advantage of the numeral and marker cutouts for legibility, but it allows the Humboldt GMT to fly a little more under the radar. Speaking of flying, I know someone will ask the question about what type of movement the Sellita SW330 is, traveler or caller. The SW330 is a caller GMT, meaning that the GMT hand moves independently of the hour hand and is adjusted in the same position of the crown that the date is changed. The new Sellita SW330 movements have a slightly longer power reserve, and I've noticed that the GMT hand operation feels snappier than previous movements. Oak Oscar opted for a bi-directional 120-click bezel. While one can certainly argue that a GMT bezel shouldn't have this many clicks, I find that it works better for those of you who are like me and don't use the bezel for tracking another time zone. There are enough graduations on the bezel to allow it to function as a timing bezel, as long as you're not looking for to-the-minute accuracy. With that said, I would love to see Oak Oscar come out with a diver GMT variant of the Humboldt. Overall, the Humboldt GMT is one of the better GMTs I've reviewed recently. The black sandwich dial looks awesome and would be my pick if I were to buy one. The addition of the quick micro-adjust system in the clasp further completes the package the Humboldt GMT is offering. Thanks for checking out the video review of the Oak Oscar Humboldt GMT. For more reviews, head over to watchclicker.com. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe.